Visibility is the number one factor associated with advancement for women. Unfortunately for us, most girls, most women are taught from the time we are little girls that we should not talk about ourselves, that speaking up and speaking about what we do well is bragging and unbecoming. This can be really problematic as we advance as women in the professional space because we struggle with letting people know what we do well. We feel uncomfortable taking ownership of our part in the success on a team project. We start to buy into the belief that working hard and our work alone will speak for itself and lead us to access the promotions, the opportunities, and the raises that we want and we deserve. If you buy into any of these things, if you are tired of working so hard and never being seen, you are going to want to watch this video. Hi, my name is Dr. Alessandra Wall. I am the founder and principal executive coach at Noteworthy. Noteworthy specializes in advancing, elevating, and supporting the career of executive women in finance and in STEM. At Noteworthy, we help women identify and own their top value and communicate it and share it strategically so that they can build visibility and access the opportunities that will help them build high levels of success while maintaining satisfaction and fulfillment inside and outside of work. Oftentimes, when it comes to articulating value, what I've found at Noteworthy is that women do an okay job with it during interviews and maybe during onboarding. But in the day-to-day interactions, they struggle to communicate what they bring to the table, why it's valuable, and how to position that value and those skills for their own success and the success of others. I have recorded a number of other tutorials and videos on how to do this using our unforgettable process. And today, what I'd like to do is talk about 5 different opportunities that you have on any given day to share your value compellingly, confidently, and in a way that makes sense and is actually useful to the people you're talking to. And then I want to go over one of those strategies in this video. On any given day, you have dozens of opportunities to talk about yourself. And if you can harness those opportunities and explain to people what it is you do very well, what you love doing, and the kind of impact you can make for them with those skill sets, you create a dual opportunity, one for yourself and one for the people who are counting on you to be successful. In addition to interviewing and to being onboarded, there are a number of different opportunities throughout the day for you to communicate your value to the people you work with and work for. One of those opportunities is simply anytime you're asked to introduce yourself at a meeting or at an event. One of those opportunities is simply anytime you're asked to introduce yourself at a meeting or at an event. The second is when you're accepting a compliment. A third opportunity to articulate your value is anytime you are being asked to take on a task and you choose to accept that task, or when you're being asked to do something and you choose to decline the opportunity. And last but not least, a great opportunity to articulate your value as a leader is when you're choosing to delegate a task or delegate a project to somebody on your team. In today's video, I want to focus on that second opportunity when you receive a compliment. We love to know that the effort and the energy we're putting into projects and into our work is being recognized and acknowledged and appreciated. And yet, most of us are terrible at accepting compliments. The most common response to being given a compliment is a quick thank you. And the next most common response is oh, it was no big deal, or it was easy. I am going to beg you to not do that anymore. Think of compliments as the perfect opportunity to educate somebody else and help them understand not only what your skill set is, but how to leverage that skill set in the future to build more success for them, for their objectives, but also for you. Here are the 3 steps to accepting a compliment and articulating your value powerfully, effectively for everyone's success. Step number 1, acknowledge the compliment. Simply say something like, thank you so much for taking a minute to share that with me. It means a lot. The second step is learning to use this compliment as an opportunity to explain to someone what skills you put to use in order to achieve the success you did and what impact you made with that skill set. So I want you specifically to think about letting the person who's giving you a compliment know how you were able to be successful. And then the third step in accepting a compliment and sharing your value is explaining to the person you're talking to how to then leverage that skill set in the future for future success. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time. It means a lot. One of the reasons I really enjoyed working on this project, or one of the reasons I think we were able to be so successful on this project, is because it allowed me to leverage the following skills. Those are things not only I love to do, but they're also things that I'm really good at. Because of it, I was able to achieve this kind of impact. And now, and in the future, if there's ever a project where you need the following kinds of outcomes, or where your success depends on somebody who has the following types of skills, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. It's the kind of work I love doing, and I know that I can create a huge amount of value for you and for our team. And that's it. Okay, there are 4 other ways of articulating your value in everyday conversation. One of the resources I've shared below is an article that outlines all 5 of these instances and different approaches to being successful when articulating your value in everyday circumstances so that you can build greater visibility without feeling uncomfortable, without looking like you're bragging, and while always, always, always advancing the work that you love doing, that you excel at, so you can build success on your terms. If this is something you're interested in learning more about, do not hesitate to apply for a strategy call. I, for one, cannot wait to speak to you.